Have you ever found yourself staring at a data frame, trying to figure out how to check for null values in an array column? It can be quite the puzzle, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to solve this tricky issue together. I totally get it. Working with data frames can be frustrating, especially when you're trying to filter out specific values. You're not alone in this struggle. Many people face similar challenges when dealing with array types in Spark. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user recently asked, "How can I check if my array type column contains a null value?" They have a data frame where the column is not null, but contains an array with a single null value. Sound familiar? Let's dive into this together. So what's the issue here? The problem arises because the array contains function in Spark does not accept null as a valid argument. This can lead to confusion and errors when trying to filter your data frame. But don't worry, we will find a workaround. And stick around. I have a clever solution at the end that will help you filter those null values effectively. To filter the rows that contain a null value in the array column, the user can use the filter function along with the isNull method. This method checks if the array contains only null values. In this code, the user checks if the size of the array is 1 and if the first item in the array is null. This effectively filters out the rows where the array contains only a null value. After running this filter, the user should see the rows that contain the null value in the array. This is a straightforward way to identify those specific rows. If the user wants to see all rows that either contain null or have other integer values, they can modify the filter condition accordingly. Fun fact: did you know that null values can sometimes cause more headaches than a bad haircut? They can be tricky to handle, but with the right approach, we can tame them. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution provided by a user involves using PySpark. They suggest creating a user-defined function, or UDF, that checks if none is present in the array. This function can then be applied to filter the data frame for rows containing null values. Here's the clever solution I promised. By using the filter function with a condition that checks for nulls, you can effectively retrieve the rows you need. This method is straightforward and efficient. And there you have it. You should now be able to filter your data frame for null values in the array column. Remember, understanding your tools is key to mastering data manipulation. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button for more tips, and don't miss our next video where we tackle more data challenges.